Hi everyone. This week we are talking about impression formation. Man, do I have a lot to talk about regarding impression formations. There was a time when I wasn't so psychologically advanced. Now, later on in my life, I want to become a family nurse practitioner and I want to specialize in mental health, specifically addiction. And my mind is so open. And I know that not everybody's mind this way. So this gives me a good interpretation of how to perceive other people, even though my perception is that my mind is always open, my heart is always open. Whatever you have to say to me, I understand your reasonings more than you think. And I have understood psychology so long, and I understand it so much that I understand why negative behavior um happens. I'm open to all reasons and I don't judge. I never have. I shouldn't say I never have, because there was a time that I used to be a little bit more judgmental when in my younger years. I used to perceive myself as better, that my beliefs were better. But now in my older age, I perceive myself as much more easygoing, gentle, non-judgmental, and open. I'm open to more things than a lot of people are. I mean, you understand psychology when you understand that there's a reason for negative behavior, that there is a reason why people do the things that they do, and you're more understanding of it than you are angry about it. When we talk about uh, self-fulfilling prophecies, um, I definitely sort of fall into the dislike category. And what I mean by that is when he said, when DeVito in 2012 said that the self-fulfilling prophecy also can be seen when you make predictions about yourself and fulfill them. For example, suppose you enter a group situation convinced that the other members will dislike you. So that kind of tells me that maybe people do dislike me because I always perceive that they will dislike me because I have such bad social anxiety. Um, and maybe they won't. And maybe if I do act in a way that I think that they'll like me, maybe they'll like me. But my head always gets the best of me, even though I am friendly and outgoing and I'm open, maybe people don't see me that way because I think they're going to dislike me no matter what I say. And I have anxiety about the things that I have said or will say for a long time. Um, Moving forward with that, the personality theory. This one, this one had me thinking. This one had me thinking. I'm not gonna lie, and mainly because of the halo and the horn effect. Um, the horns will lead you to perceive those who are unattractive as mean, dishonest, and antisocial. Katz 2003, DeVito 2012. Now, something that really came to me in that is that it says in the book, in using personality theories, apply them carefully and critically so as to avoid perceiving qualities in an individual that your theory tells you should be present, but aren't, or seeing qualities that are not there. Plex, Grant, and Dweck 2005, DeVito 2012. My problem with that, with the whole personality theory, is that you should never perceive somebody as something if you don't know them, if you don't know their story. Now, I understand that not everybody is as open and honest as I am, and not everybody is as close with psychology as I am. I want to go on with my degree after I get my bachelor's of nursing science, and I want to become a family nurse practitioner and specialize in mental health, specifically addiction. And when you work with addicts, I've never had the pleasure, but I've had a lot of friends who are addicts, and I've done tons of research into the psychology of addiction already. And I know people who are unattractive, mean, dishonest, antisocial, and a lot of times it's because they have something else going on. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person. It means that they've been through something. They've done something. They've been somewhere. Somebody has hurt them in some sort of way to put up those walls, because I truly believe that most people are good. And I believe that there is a reason for certain behaviors. I believe there's a reason for all behaviors. I believe that something happened to this person to make them act abnormally, to make them act dishonest, to make them act mean or antisocial or sneaky. I truly believe that there is more to it than this person's just a bad egg. Of course, every now and then you do get those who are just a bad egg. But I just don't think that that's always the case. I think that there's always more going on. Um, Another thing I wanted to just go over real quickly, because I know I'm over the 4 minutes, but I just feel so strongly about things. Is the consistency part. Um, they talk about the 1, 2, 3, these little quizzes you're supposed to take. The I expect my friend to like or dislike me. Um, you would expect these things, but you can't promise yourself these things. Um, you can expect your friend to like a friend, but that doesn't mean that they will. I actually expect my friends to dislike my friends because um, it seems to me, especially in the female world, is that other females just don't get along. And I mean that in the most nicest way. But a lot of girls I know, especially my age, have one or two good girlfriends and the rest they've had drama with. And that's great that you have one or two good friends. But the rest they've had some sort of falling out with, some sort of fight with at some point in time, and their trust has been diminished. And that goes for almost every single one of my friends, especially those who have a lot of friends or know a lot of people. They seem to be kind of the worst for that. They have a new best friend every other week. Um, so I actually expect my friends to dislike my other friends. And that's because they always seem to have a little bit of a jealousy curve, right? Like, I just think that females in general, I shouldn't say females, girls, women in general, just kind of have a little bit of a jealousy curve with their friends. And I think some of that does come from some sort of trauma at some point in time. I think that comes from abandonment issues. A lot of girls that I know do have abandonment issues, especially when it comes to their dads, and some even their moms. And I think a lot of these behaviors that we're seeing in this book, I mean, I get why these are important to know because they definitely give me something to think about. If that's how people are acting, I mean, I know I'm open minded and I'm ready to hear what you need to tell me, and I'm ready to take it with the most honest and open mind that I can, but I know not everybody's that way. So now I have something to think about the way people perceive me. As I perceive people, like I said, not everybody is bad, not everybody's good. But I do believe that those who aren't good have had some sort of traumatic experience at some point in time in their life. I'm terribly sorry that this went over, but I just had so much to say about these impression formations. I mean, they're great. They really give me something to think about regarding how people are perceiving me and the things that are going through their heads, like their personality theory, their primacy, recency, and their consistency. Um, so it's definitely something to think about. But with that, I will leave you with some food for thought. Thank you.